Hello children, welcome to the class. Welcome to the English class. Rather I should say, and this is the last class for today. And today we are going to start with literature. As we have done so many things earlier like grammar and writing skills. And so today we are going to start with literature. And the first topic which we have picked up is the Coromandel Fishers, is the poem. It is written by Sarojini Naidu. And before we start off with the poem, I must confirm that everybody is sitting on the chair with the table and the notepad or a notebook ready with you, with the pen, of course. Right? I hope everybody has had a nice time till now. So let's begin. Okay, so Coromandel Fishers is actually about the fishermen of the coastal area. Okay, and Sarojini Naidu. Before we start off, I want you to tell something about Sarojini Naidu. She is a poet, well-known poet. Um, like we had her lesson last year in class 6, Palanquin Bearers. We have done that poem also last year, and this time we have Coromandel Fishers. So let's talk a little bit about Sarojini Naidu. Okay, just clear. We shall stop little. We shall talk a little bit about Sarojini Naidu, and then we shall continue about the. Okay, so as you can see on the screens, it is about the poet of this poem, that is Coromandel Fishers, and Sarojini Naidu. She was also known as Sarojini Chattopadhyay. She was the first Indian poet and the major freedom fighter. Actually, her poems were liked by many, right from the common man to the leaders, freedom fighters of those times. She belonged to the pre-independence era, of course, and that is why the sense of freedom, the sense of independence was booming in her mind, and that's why she used to write poems which could inspire not only the common people but also the leaders as well of her times. Okay, and then and a major freedom fighter who went on becoming the first Indian woman to be appointed as the president of Indian National Congress. And at the same time, after the independence, she was also appointed as the governor of the state, and that state was Uttar Pradesh, and she was the first lady governor, the first ever governor, and that too a lady of Uttar Pradesh of free India. Okay, and most of all she was also noted child pedagogy, like prodigy, like prodigy. Why? Because prodigy is a word which is known for the wondrous things, the wondrous people, the people who are good omen for so many reasons. And of course she was a good omen, she was a wondrous child because she had started writing at the age of 12. Okay, and her major writings were her major writings were like Indian Weavers. Then she has written a collection of books which was known as The Broken Axes. Then she had written Indian Weavers, Pelican Bearers, Ecstasy, The Indian. There are many poems and the collection of poems which she has written at very young age to inspire people. Sarojini Naidu's language was very simple, yet it used to invoke and provoke the patriotic feelings. She did not only write in terms to inspire people to fight for the freedom of their country. At the same time, the way she wrote, her poetry was very simple towards the beauty of nature. She also described the beauty of nature. She had that magnificent power of converting the smallest of things and really common and usual things which we see just like that, and just we overlook them, and she could transform things into poetry. This was her beauty, like palanquin bearers. Like last time we had this poem, and we all have experienced that how nicely in a very soft and still manner she has described the pain and the trouble and the feelings of palanquin bearers when they carry this soft bride. Similarly, when we talk about the Indian weavers, she talks about the weavers of India. Right now, what the poem which we are going to take is Coromandel Fishers. Here she talks about the fishermen, but not only she talks about the fishermen, but through this poem she also invokes the sense of patriotism in all the Indians. Okay, so let's have a look about what this poem is all about. Coromandel Fishers is though about the fishermen. It is about the fishermen because, of course, by the title we come to know that it is about the fishermen. Yet it is metamorphically reflects the poet's desire. Why metamorphically? Because no metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech which describes that one thing has been taken as another. We do not use the words like and as when we talk about metaphor, but we consider that one thing is like another. So here the struggle of fishermen, the poet considers the struggle of fishermen as equal to the struggle of freedom fighters. So that is why it is metaphorically reflects the poet's desire for free India, and thus she encourages the people of the nation to hasten their struggle. She wants that the country should be freed soon, and that is why she is eager to and that is why she is asking people, she encourages people to please fasten your struggle, please hasten, please be hasty for your freedom, because this dependency, this British rule is not going to help India anymore. So let's begin with the the Coromandel Fishers. Yeah. So now on the screens you can see this book. Okay, this is the page where we find Coromandel Fishers, the poem by Sarojini Naidu. Now you can correlate with the idea what Sarojini Naidu wants to convey through this poem. It is not only about the fishers, but it is also about the people who uh, who are involved in the freedom struggle of India. Right? Let's start. What should we look for in this chapter, in this poem? Understand the hardship faced by the fisher folks at the sea and recognize their unbreakable spirit. Okay, first of all, as I told you, Sarojini Naidu always used to write about the common man, about the common things, about the beauty of nature, and then what it used to happen that she could very nicely she could weave the struggles with the inspiration, with the positive attitude and that is why this poem is very important and it touches the heart. Understand the hardship faced by the fisher folk at the sea. At the same time, she is giving us the idea that how much hard it is for all the Indians to face that British rule and to fight against them for the independent India, and recognizes their unbreakable spirit. Why unbreakable spirit? Because of course, as we all know, that India has got freedom after a lot of struggle of years. We have After that we have got this freedom of India. Enjoy the imagery and rhythm of the poem. Imagery again, it's a figure of speech. As I will take a little back when uh, uh, with palanquin bearers. That time also, in that poem also, we have learned so many figures of speech, right? Similarly, in this poem also, we have so many figures of speech. It has got imagery, it has got rhythm of poem. Rhythm means when you can put rhyme scheme in the stanzas, that becomes the rhythm. So it has that rhythm also, it has the rhyme scheme also, that we shall discuss later. But right now, imagery means when you read, it creates the image in your mind, and that is why it becomes a figure of speech, which is termed as imagery. And because only merely by reading we could imagine, and our minds start creating the visual in front of us, and because of that, this poem also could be taken as an imagery. Apart from that, in this poem, we will study simile, metaphor, personification. Okay, as a whole, poet is metaphor, as we have seen before, that because fisherman depicts the freedom fighters, the people of India who are struggling for their independent India, right? Let's begin now. Sarojini Naidu uh, wrote about people who led difficult lives. Okay, palanquin bearers, the bearers had a difficult life. Indian weavers. Now we talk about fishermen. So she had always talked about the people who live their life with difficulties, but who teach us important human values in the way they overcome their hostile environment. To hostile means, when it is like enemies surround us, when the things are not favorable for us, then it becomes a hostile environment. Okay, in those times, British rule was hostile for the freedom of India. British rule was hostile for the progress of Indians and India. And similarly, if we talk about the fishermen, the sea, when they sail into the sea, when they take a voyage into the sea, that surrounding becomes quite hostile, which is unlike what they found on the land. So this poem is also inspiring because it teaches us how a human can overcome all his or her hostile circumstances and environment. In this poem, the speaker inspires his fellow fishermen to take their boats and go out to sea, leaving behind the comfort of the land. Naturally, on land we live a little bit more comfortably than what we can imagine a life on the sea. When the fishermen, when the sailors, they go for voyages or for sailing or to catch fish. Let's begin now with the poem. Rise, brothers, rise. Now here, brothers, the narrator is asking, or the leader is asking to his fellow men to rise. Rise, brothers, rise. Now, can you get this tone of the similar thing? As the leader is inspiring or is motivating the fellow people to rise against. The time has gone when you can sleep, when you can have a nice comfortable life. Now we have to rise for our rights. So rise, brothers, rise. The awakening skies pray to the morning light. The awakening skies. Now the sky is giving us that the sky is asking us to rise. The sky has already awakened, and now it is indicating, and it is giving us indications to rise from what we have and to strive for the better tomorrow, and to pray to the morning light, because now the deep sleep, now the night, the darkness is going away. It's time that we should leave the darkness and rise for the betterment. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn. And what is the wind is doing? Now here it is a personification, because wind cannot fall asleep. That's for sure. And what is a personification? Personification is a figure of speech where we give human qualities to inanimate objects. Inanimate objects, non-living objects. So sleeping is a human quality. So this becomes personification. Wind lies asleep in the arms of dawn. Dawn. What is dawn? Dawn is that time when neither it's night nor it's full day. It's like, in between, when the light breaks in the dark sky and it starts lighting up. So that is why it is called as dawn. It is that time when sun is actually not at the horizon, but the light is already there. So the wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn, like the child that has cried all night. The wind here again, it is metaphor. It is a combination of personification and the metaphor, because wind is sleeping. Now wind is sleeping like whom? Like a child who has been crying the whole night. Okay, And this crying here stands for, as the wind was blowing, the wind was blowing, the wind was very heavy, that is why that blowing of wind has been taken as the child was crying, because the wind was not at rest, it was blowing. So that is why the child, as the child was not calm, the child was crying. And now in the morning time, as the wind has settled down, the wind has, is not blowing now, it is a nice breeze, a nice comfortable pleasant atmosphere now. So that is why the poet is saying that now the wind is actually sleeping in the hands of dawn, and dawn becomes here the mother, and wind is considered as a child. That is why this line is personification also and metaphor also. I want all of you to please note it down. Okay, and let me see whether you are writing or not. So how many figures of speech we have seen by far? 3. Imagery, personification, and metaphor. Clear? 3 we have seen. So the first, in the second line, we have personification also and imagery also. Okay? And as the like word is used, we can take it as a simile. So it's all combination. Because when lies asleep becomes a personification. Child, when is considered as child, and dawn is considered as mother. So that is why it is metaphor also. And like word is also used, so you can have simile also. Okay. Now we shall take the third line. Come, let us gather our nets from the shore and set our catamarans free. Now, catamarans they are the small, like, you can see in this picture, a type of fishing boat. Fishing boats are actually in the native Indians, or in the old times, the fishing boats used to be very small, light, so that they can row it properly, because it was all manually done. It was not machine. They were not there were not motor boats that times, in those times. So what used to happen? The fishing boats, they are called as the catamarans. So set the catamarans free. Again, here the poet is not only talking to the fisherman, or the leader is not only talking to the fisherman, but here the narrator is talking to all the people, to all the freedom fighters. Now it is time to gather your nets, to gather your courage, to gather your catamarans, and set your voyage, or set your journey for the free India. Okay, and here, if we talk about fishermen, naturally they need to go to the sea so that they can catch fishes. Come, let us gather our nets from the shore and set our catamarans free to capture the leaping wealth of the tide. Now here, children, you should understand, and you should note it down somewhere. Not actually somewhere. Here I should mention that, children, you should, in whichever notebook or whichever copy you're writing in, you should divide some part for English, so that whatever we discuss, whatever I tell you, whatever I ask you to note it down, that will be compiled. It would be compiled on the similar, on those group of pages only. You don't have to, just search every now and then to just go here and there. So you will have your fixed set of pages. On that only you start writing English, so that you don't have to juggle to find where have you written it, because when we will revise it, we will get all the things compiled at one place. Okay, so write down, or just note it down somewhere. To capture the leaping wealth of the tide. To capture the leaping wealth of the tide. See, as we all know, at night time, because it is a moon, because it's moon there in the sky, it has the pull, attraction pull, so water rises up, so it creates tides. That is why tides generally come at night, right? So, and when the tide comes, what happens? The fish, or the fishes, they come from the bottom of the ocean. They come a little bit towards the surface of the ocean. So that is why the poet is saying that it is the right time to go to the sea and catch that leaping wealth of the tide. And leaping wealth of the tide here means, it is the poet or the leader is talking about the fish. Clear? So that As soon as you will put the nets, all the fishes will be captured, or the fish will be captured into that net. Clear? So to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. Who are the kings? We are the kings. We here stands for the fishermen. At the same time, when poet is talking to the freedom fighters, to the Indian people of those of that time, she meant that you are the king. We are the king of this land. There is no one who can rule over our land. So this is our land. This is our wealth. India, whatever India has, this is our possession. This is our wealth. So we are the kings, and we should get, and we should try to get it. Is that clear to you how this is connected? Is it clear, children, to all of you how these two things are connected? Fishermen and the freedom fighters. Is it clear? So please raise your hands. Give me thumbs up. Good. Right. Very good. So so here the poetess wants to inspire all the leaders as well, the freedom fighters, the leaders, the people of India, that we are the kings of this land, and this is our land, and we will not let our wealth be taken away by somebody else. This is our wealth, this is our land, and we are rightfully owners of this. So we are the kings, and that is why she say that you are fishermen, you are the kings. So go to the sea and bring back those fish, that wealth, that leaping wealth. India has immense wealth everywhere, you know, in tourism, in maybe textiles, or etc., etc. So bring that wealth, capture that wealth, because we are the kings. And here sea is also sea also shows India, right? That is why this poem is metaphor. Apart from imagery, every word, you know, which is used here is also a metaphor. No longer delay, let us hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. Now this is also very important, children. You know why seagull's call? Why is she saying seagull's call? Because first of all, seagull is a bird, okay, which hunts in the sea. Secondly, seagull stands for the leader. You know, when seagull signifies freedom, the word seagull signifies independence. The word seagull is like the leader of the sea when it comes for capturing or hunting fish. That is why she says. Now here seagull also she meant that it is about the leaders, that follow the track of the leaders, your freedom fighters, the leaders who are fighting for your freedom. She's telling this to all the people of country, that please follow your leaders, because they will guide you how to fight for the free for the free India. So here not only seagull means the call, the seagull's call means, of course, wherever the fishermen find a group of birds, naturally they understand that fine, there would be fish, or you know, fishes coming around in that part, so that they can go and put their nets in that part as well. So that is why she says that no longer delay, let us hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. It is not a time to waste. We need to be very fast. We need to show haste, you know, in fighting for struggle, in fighting for the freedom of India. When we talk about fishermen, at the same time, she wants fishermen to go quickly to the sea and bring back that wealth, that leaping wealth which has been left by the tide. And what is that leaping wealth? It's the fish. The sea is our mother. Further she says, why? Because see, we are the king, and I already told you that sea is here is taken as signifies India. So what does she want to say? The poet wants to say that the sea is our mother. That means this land is our mother. We call India as a motherland. So this land is our mother. The clouds, you know, our brothers, and the waves are our comrades all. So she wants to deliver it to the people, that whatever circumstances we have, whichever people we have, whosoever around us, whosoever we have in our country, they all are our comrades, they are all our brothers, the people whom we work with. So we have to be get together, we have to be together and fight for free India. This is what she wants to declare through this is what she wants to announce through this poem. So sea is our mother, and if we talk in terms of fishermen, so of course sea is their mother, because the mother, this sea, gives them the food. You know, the sea keeps them alive. That is why sea is their mother. And the clouds, because when they sail into the sea, clouds and rains and wind, everything is there. So that is why clouds are our brothers, and the waves are our comrades all. Whatever the waves are coming, the problems and the troubles, here waves also shows problems and troubles. And as we all know, that freedom fighters had to had to went through a lot when they were fighting for India's freedom. So that is why she says that here waves are the troubles and the problems in our mission, in our aim. Okay, but still they are like our brothers. Clear? Is this much clear? Let's see this pop up. What is this? We shall see. This is a simile here. The wind is being compared to the child asleep in the arms of its mother. That is dawn after crying all night. This is simile also, metaphor also, and personification. It's all mixed up. Shall we look for the rhyming scheme here? Let's see. The last word light. Here the last word is night. So it becomes AA. Children, I would like to ask how many of you know rhyme scheme, and why all the cameras are videos are shut. Okay. How many of you know the rhyme scheme? Do you know what is a rhyme scheme? Devishi, do you know what is a rhyme scheme? Devishi? No. Okay, Kanak remembers. Good. And where is the video, Kanak? Okay, so what is a rhyme scheme? Rhyme scheme, how to mark a rhyme scheme? Children, remember, and please note it down somewhere. It is the last word of each line. Generally we take 4 lines as a stanza. It could be 4 or 6, right? And how to start marking a rhyme scheme? We take the last word of the line, of all the lines. So the last word of the first line is light. Then the last word of the second line is night. Similarly, the last word of the third line is free, and the last word of the fourth line is sea. If we consider these 4 lines, then how we shall mark rhyme scheme? We shall start with A. So this becomes A, light. Then night. So it becomes the same the pronunciation of the words are same. So how do we mark light and night? It becomes AA, and free and C becomes same pronunciation again. So it becomes BB. So the rhyme scheme of these 4 lines is AABB. Clear to all of you? Like here again, call all. It becomes A. The last word is call, here is all. The pronunciation is same. It rhymes at the end. That is why it becomes calls and all. So it becomes AA. Okay. And I hope this much is clear to all of you. Please give me thumbs up so that we can proceed to the next stanzas. Very good. Rhyme scheme understood by all? Have you understood the rhyme scheme? How to mark a rhyme scheme? Okay, let's proceed further. Yes. Now the second stanza and the last, that is third stanza. Two lines were at the back when we have seen the sea is our mother and cloud is our brother and the waves are all comrade all. So that was the first two lines of the second stanza. These are the last two lines of the second stanza. What do we toss at the fall of the sun, where the hand of the sea god drives? What though, now here he in this line also the poet is calling out to the fishermen also, and as well as to the people and the freedom fighters as well. She here says that what if at times we are fallen, at times we are defeated, what if at times we are not the winners? Okay, at times the destiny, the time, the situation, the opponents may give us a toss, may give us the situation which are agitating, which are not so very favorable for us. But what is our job? What is our rightful duty to do? And that duty is to keep on sailing, and that duty is to keep on fighting for our rights till and who will drive us, and who will guide us in that is the sea god. Again, the sea god here is it depicts the leaders and the freedom fighters who led all the people behind them so that they can fight for free India. So this line says that doesn't matter. At times we are defeated. At times we are we will be put down. Somebody will hit us. Somebody will create the any unfavorable condition for us. They will give us a toss. But what is our duty? To get up, to rise and start fighting against again and never give up. And here sea god drives. Here also the sea god also depicts the leaders of freedom struggle. Clear? The last line of the second stanza. He who holds the storm by the hair will hide in his breast all our lives. And that is why she says that these leaders, this sea god, they hold the power to guide. They know how to lead the people, and they will save us, and they will show us the right way to fight. They will show us the right way to keep going on. They will never leave their folk. They will never leave their people behind, and they will move ahead. They will always take care of everybody. If they are true leaders, they will always take care of everybody, right? So this was the explanation for the second stanza. Second stanza again, last here we have seen that it was again, see here, AA, call all, AA, and the next two lines, again it gives you the same sound of BB, drives, lives. So second stanza also has a rhyming scheme, AA, BB. Clear? Now we come to the last stanza. Sweet is the shade of coconut. Sweet is the shade of coconut glade and the scent of the mango groves. Here the poet wants to declare that whatever you have right now, it's not bad. Okay, you have a comfortable life, you can earn well for yourself, but you can have much more than this in your life. And freedom is that one thing which can take over any comfort of your life, right? So that is why she says that whatever you have, home, family, nice job, or you're working, you're earning, doesn't matter, but still you can have much better life after the independence, in the free India. That is why don't think about these shade of coconut glades and the scent of mango groves. Here she means the comfortable life. Right now, what you have, you have family, you have job, you have secured life, but no, you have to get out of it and struggle more for the sweeter results. And what are those sweeter results? Let's see. And the sweet are the sands at full o moon, with the sounds of the voices we love. But sweeter, O brothers, the kiss of spray and the dance of the wild foam's glee. Row, brothers, row to the edge of the verge, where the low sky meets with the sea. Now, here she says, here she wants to declare that it doesn't matter. You have a nice, comfortable shed. You have life. You have, you have everything what you want to have in your life, but still this life could be more, this life could be better, this life could be could be flying, could rise, could see all the possible possible achievements if the India is free, if we are free. So that is why you have to leave these basic comforts of your life, and you should struggle for free India. To talk about the fishermen, she says that no, you have to go, you have to sail into the sea, leave these coconut glades, leave the scent of mango groves, leave this everything, and go and find and catch fish. This is your time, this is your land, you are the kings, and you deserve much better than what you have right now. That is why she said that the sweater, oh brother, the kiss of spray and the dance, this wild foam's gleamings, you might have seen when the waves hit the shore, they create the foam. So that foam is soft. When you work hard, the result is always softer, brighter. You know, much more than what you have thought of. So that is why she says, don't don't leave yourself under the shed, under the comfort of your life. Go ahead, work hard, and what you will get in return will be free India, will be free. You will be free. You will have independence. India would be free. So that is why she says that row, brother, row. Row, brother, row means go ahead, work hard, struggle for your freedom. So that, and keep on struggling, keep on going, keep on rowing till that end where you get your goal. Until and unless, don't stop. That is what she wants to convey through this poem. That grow, brothers, grow, go to the verge, do not stop until you met with your goal. Whatever you have decided in your life, you need to keep working hard to get that goal. To achieve that, you need to keep on working and working and working. Go deeper into it and work for it. This was all the zest of this poem. It is not only about the fishermen, but of course it inspires everybody around. It inspires us also till date, okay, to work hard for whatever we have decided. Because this life, already we have everything. We have a comfortable life, but we could get much more than that. And for that, we need to strive hard. We need to work hard, right? Quickly look at the rhyme scheme of these last lines of third stanza. That is grove, love, glee, see. Again, this becomes A, B, B. Is that clear? Quick look at the words here. New words: toss, which means move from side to side or back and forth. Glade, an open space in the forest. Spray, jet of water. Verge, edge. What is a personification? It is a literary device. Of course, figures of speech, rhyme schemes are also termed as literary device. Okay, we have rhyming words, we have rhyme scheme, we have figures of speech. They all come under the category of literary device. Clear? And what is a literary term here? Literary device or poetic device. If you see figures of speech, rhyming words, naturally rhyme scheme will be in the poem only, so this will be termed as poetic device. If you find figures of speech in prose, synonyms, antonyms, homophones, homonyms, if you find In the prose, they become literary device. This is an example of personification. Here the waves are being imagined as dancers dancing on the unstrained joy. Clear? So that is why at the end she says that you need to keep working harder and harder day by day till you achieve your goal. It doesn't matter how far your goal is. You need to go deeper into the sea where the sea meets the sun. That means you have to row that far, and we all know there is no such point. Scientifically, there is no such point where the sky meets the ocean. That means if you have to struggle unlimited, boundless struggle for your to achieve your goals in the life. Now quickly children, I would like you to raise your hands or put thumbs up if you have understood this poem so that we can take the quiz. Chirag, feeling sleepy? No? Okay, so understood? Adarsh? Yes, understood? Okay, so wait for a minute. I will quickly give you the quiz. Okay, all of you, can you see this, children? Can you see this? A little. Let's test. Answer in one word. Okay, so who will answer for the first question? What is the first question? Name the writer of the poem, or name the poet of the poem. Okay, Jay Sharma. Yes. Answer.
Sarojini Naidu.
Very good. Sarojini Naidu.
Sarojini Naidu.
Very nice. Second question. In the given poem, the wind is referred as. Who is raising the hand? Let me see. Rinas. Okay. Rinas answer. Sorry?
Brother.
Wind, beta, wind. In the first two lines. In the first two lines, what the wind has been referred as? Anyone else? Yes, Jay. Yes, Jay.
Ma'am, the wind is referred as a baby who cried all night.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. Very good. Okay, the third one. The leaping wealth of the sea is. Who will answer this? I cannot see any hand raised. The leaping wealth of the sea. It could be in terms of freedom fighter. It could be in terms of fisherman. Yes, let me see who is going to answer. Is it Trisha? Okay, Trisha. Yes, Trisha. Go ahead.
The tide.
Tide. I am sorry, it's not tide. Okay. Dia. Okay, Dia. Answer. Dia, first switch on your video, please. Dia, where are? Huh?
Ma'am, my house light has gone, that's why.
Acha, okay. Chalo. The leaping wealth of the sea. Fast, we are running short of time.
Ma'am, I don't know the answer.
Okay, Kanak, last chance now, fast.
Ma'am, fish.
Yes, very good. And if we talk about the people, the freedom fighters, then what is the leaping wealth? Our nation, our motherland.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, chalo. Quickly, the fourth one. The pairs of rhyming words. Do you remember any pair? Anyone?
Ma'am,
Huh?
sea glee.
Yes. Who's that?
Ma'am, Kanak.
Okay, Kanak. Huh? Seedly. Anyone else? Yes. Okay. Okay. Navya, answer. Sorry. Louder, little louder.
Light and night.
Yes. Very good. Yes, Bhavya. Bhavya, last. Quickly.
Ma'am, the rhyming scheme.
Scheme nahi. Words.
Ma'am, then I don't know.
Okay. Devishi. Devishi. Huh? Yes. Start. Devishi, can you hear me? Yes, Devishi.
Ma'am, all.
All? All? Call. All call.
Yes, ma'am, all call.
Okay. The kings of the sea are. Who are the kings?
Ma'am, can I answer?
Who? Who is that?
Kanak. Ma'am, Kanak.
Kanak. Okay, Kanak. Answer fast.
Ma'am, fisherman.
Correct. And if we talk in terms of India, then
Ma'am,
Britishers,
soldiers.
Britishers or Indians? Who are the kings of this land?
Ma'am, Indians.
Yes, correct. Okay, now the rhyme scheme of the poem. Quickly, who can answer this?
Ma'am, I.
No, Kanak. Too many answers. Huh? Now too many answers now. Okay, Bhavya. Yes, Bhavya, fast.
Ma'am, AABB.
Very good. Now the seventh one. The poem Coromandel Fishers is though about the fishermen, yet it metaphorically reflects the poet's desire for. Desire for what? Okay, Jai. This time Jai will answer.
Freedom.
Freedom of?
Freedom.
Freedom of?
Ma'am, freedom of their country.
Okay, freedom of India, freedom of their country. Very good. Okay, the seagull symbolizes. I told you what seagull symbolizes here. Chirag, yes. Chirag,
Yes, ma'am.
yes. You raised hand for this answer. Answer me. The seagull symbolizes.
No, ma'am, I have not raised hands.
Sorry?
Ma'am, I don't have. Sorry, ma'am. I don't raise my hand.
Acha, you did not raise your hand. Okay, doesn't matter. Atharv, would you like to answer, Atharv? Okay, Atharv. Start.
Ma'am, seagull symbolizes as a leader.
Yes.
As a leader leading the
country.
Yeah.
Okay. Navya, do you want to answer? Yes, seagull symbolizes. Yes, freedom. Yes, very nice, and in independence. Very good. So now I hope you have understood this poem. Please go ahead. Um, go at schoolroom and find out these books and read the poem and the lessons so that we can continue further, right? And one more thing, there is a worksheet already uploaded. Solve it. It is all about the poem only. You can answer it very nicely. Okay, and tomorrow we shall discuss maybe the exercises, and we shall start the next lesson, right? So bye bye for now. Have a nice day.